Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will take you through the revision of Kcse English PP2 Grammar Section Revision, the year 2017. Very fast, let us go through the questions that were examined in that year. And the first one, Part A, the instruction is that candidates are to rewrite the following sentences according to the instructions given after each. Do not change the meaning. Number one, all the farmers got a good harvest this year. Rewrite beginning with not. So the answer will be not a single farmer got a poor harvest this year. Someone could also write, not even one farmer got a poor harvest this year. Question 2, the old ways are changing. That is sentence 1. The second sentence, this should be clear to everybody. Rewrite as one beginning with that. So the answer will be that the old ways are changing should be clear to everybody. Question 3, Mrs. Mambo said that wall was very badly painted. Rewrite in direct speech. So let us remember that in direct speech we have two sections. That is the direct quotation, which forms part of the actual words spoken by the speaker, as well as explanatory words. So we will simply find the explanatory words and direct quotation and move from there. So the explanatory word here is Mrs. Mambo said. So we will start by writing that. Then when we have the explanatory words coming before the direct quotation, we put a comma to separate them. So we will simply put a comma here and then introduce the direct quotation using the opening inverted commas. So the actual words that were spoken by the speaker will be from here. The Mrs. Mambo said that wall was very badly painted. And we must also remember that the direct quotation is always in present tense because someone speaks at that moment. These were the actual words that were spoken by the speaker. So we will have So those are the actual words that came out of Mrs. Mambo that day, that this wall is very badly painted. Then we have a full stop. That is when we close by using the closing inverted commas. This can be the other way around. That is, we can begin with the direct quotation. So in that event, we introduce the direct quotation using the opening inverted commas. Then in the place of the full stop here, we will now have a comma, and the only full stop will come at the end of Mambo, Mrs. Mambo said. That is in an event that we begin from the direct quotation. Question 4. When I finished eating, I went to bed. You are expected to rewrite using the word having. And that will usher in a present participial phrase. So we will have something like this. So remember, this comma is very important because a participial phrase is being considered as a subordinate clause. And I went to bed is now the main clause in this sentence. So this comma is very important there. Part B, the instruction: complete each of the sentences correctly using the verb in brackets. Number 1, I dash if I had known, go. So we say, I would have gone if I had known. Number 2, she does law for 6 years now, study, to show something that is going on. So here we are going to have the present perfect aspect. So she has been studying. So it is the progressive aspect. She has been studying law for 6 years now. Number 3, if people dash more reasonable, there would be no worse. So if people would have been more reasonable, there would be no worse. And of course, in brackets, there was the form of the verb be. But see, the instruction is that the candidate is expected to fill in each blank space with the correct alternative for the given choices. Number 1, can you change this dash? Order form now. We have the prepositions in and into. So the correct one is into. Can you change this into powder form now? Number 2, my reason for going is dash. I am needed there. So in brackets, we had the connector because and that. So the connector that we are going to use there is the connector of reason, and that is because. My reason for going is because I am needed there. Lastly, dash now 7 o'clock, she said. We have its without an apostrophe and its which has an apostrophe. So this first its is a possessive pronoun. The second one is it is. So in this case, it is a contraction. The answer should be a contraction of it is, which is the second its. And remember, it is beginning the sentence. So the I must be capital. It's now 7 o'clock, she said. Part D, we've been given a sentence there. Kamaru hates visiting relatives. And the candidate is expected to explain two different meanings in that sentence. So the first meaning would be that Kamaru hates the action of visiting relatives. So Kamaru himself does not like the act of visiting relatives. That would be the first meaning. The second meaning would be Kamaru hates relatives who visit. So it would now be on the relatives. Kamaru does not like relatives who visit. So we are moving to part E, and in this part, the candidate is expected to use the correct form of the word in brackets to fill in the blank space in each of the following sentences. And the first sentence is here. So that is 4E. So the sentence reads, this man dash hero saved the boy from drowning. So the word that we are going to have here is going to tell us more, or to modify saved. And that means that we are going to require an adverb. So an adverb that is derived from hero is heroically. So this man heroically saved the boy from drowning. Number 2, so her dash reveal shocked everyone. So in this case, we are going to derive a noun from the verb here, reveal, which is revelation. So her revelations shocked everyone. The very last question here, that is E3. They were annoyed by the dash in bracket warrant search of their houses. So the adjective that we are going to have here is negative, because warranted search of their houses would not annoy them. That would be something that they have permitted. So the only thing that would annoy them is the unwarranted search of their houses. Thank you very much, viewers. That brings us to the end of the revision of Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education, Paper 2, English, the grammar part.